Hello, my name is Donnie May, and I work at the University of Texas here in the USA. And I'm really looking forward to presenting at the ASCA conference in Sydney in November. Today I'd like to just share an exercise highlight that I'll be covering at the conference. This exercise you'll see me go through here in a second is called a terminal knee extension, or as we call it, a TKE. It's abbreviated on the sheet. Just a couple thoughts on the TKE. I work directly with collegiate female volleyball players, and oftentimes just because of the jump volume is high, or they just haven't had the training. So a couple things to look for with them. Their knees will tend to valgus quite a bit. They'll tend to kind of cave in, especially if they're in volleyball, they'll land on one leg a lot. And so we want to try to prevent that knee from coming in and that risk of injury being too high. And so this TKE will be an exercise we'll use to help strengthen that quad and prevent that valgus as much as possible during their play. All right, let's get into the exercise. The first variation we'll start with is probably the easiest. It's a banded, or just use a band around the knee, TKE. Make sure you insert your leg inside the band and that it's not directly behind the knee, it's just a little bit above that joint. We want to prevent that from locking out too much. Again, we'll use a black band today. I could go lighter in band resistance or higher. That's your choice depending on the athlete and depending on the strength level. Make sure you're nice and tall posture. Everything is lined up, ankle, knee, hip. Hips are square and still. And we're going to start by lifting, going to the toe. Notice the band tension stays consistent here. Drive the foot into the ground, lift the toe, and tighten the quad. Hold for 2 long seconds, and that's 1 rep. 2 seconds, I'm into 2 reps, it's already turned on, it's burning, you can feel the blood flow coming into the knee. The other application of this, I would use this before a workout if we were going to do some jumping drills here in the weight room or on the court. It's a great warm-up exercise to make sure those quads are firing properly. So banded TKE. My next progression would go to a box. Again, just take the resistance off. Now I'm going to add 3 blocks off the ground. I could go a little higher or lower if I needed to. Stand nice and tall, good and balanced. You'll notice there's a lot more instability here, so it's harder. And I'm going to lift that toe off the ground as I reach with that opposite heel. Again, try to sit back. You can use your hands for counterbalances if you need to, or just stay just like this. I could also use the band on the box as well, a lighter band. I could go to a weighted vest, or I could use some lighter implements like kettlebells or dumbbells. So that's banded TKE, box TKE, and then my last version, which is probably one of the hardest, is a Swiss ball TKE. Again, finding a Swiss ball, putting it in about the middle of your chest level, nice and tall. I want to put as little resistance against the ball or support as much as possible. You're going to be squatting. If my left shoulder is on the ball, your right leg is the squat leg, or the working leg. Make sure you're nice and tall, about a quarter squat down and back up. And I need to adjust a little bit more inside. Make sure you're straight. You'll notice on this one, it's a lot easier to valgus, so you got to really focus and cue your athlete to press out and make sure that knee, ankle, and hip is lined up. Again, this is Swiss ball TKE, and my name is Donnie May, and I look forward to seeing you in November. Hook 'em.